You see footage like this. You might think I have a media team or a pretty big budget. Well, I don't. The secret to how I got this, I just asked. There are two local photographers that I work with here in New England, Joe Biladeau and Andy Chamberlin. In this video, I'll share tips on how any rider, whether you're a racer or you just ride for fun, can get professional level photo and video for use for your sponsors, your content, social media, or just for fun. These are personal tips that I've just learned over the last couple of years with the existing relationships I have with two professional photographers. Before I dive in the video, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I've been having a really good push lately of new subscribers. What I've been enjoying about this increase in subscribers is I've been getting a lot more engagement on my YouTube videos. People are commenting more, and there's been really good discussions about different topics or different thoughts on snowmobiling or whatever it is. So let's keep it up, and more importantly, I really enjoy engaging with everyone that comments. So the two photographers that I'm talking about, Andy Chamberlin, based out of Vermont, and Joe Biladeau, based out of New Hampshire. I first met Andy quite a few years ago from Panton, Vermont race. Andy was doing a lot of photo and videography for New England cross country racing. I saw that he was posting photos on the New England cross country Facebook page. After the Panton, Vermont race in 2021, he took a video of after the race, a little bit of an interview, and a bunch of action shots. He shared them all on Facebook, and I actually reached out to him if he had any just original files without the NEXC logo in the bottom, and that's how the relationship started. With Joe, I recently met him again through cross-country racing. He had been taking photos at the King of the Mountain race in Saddleback, Maine for the past couple years, and I reached out to him to send individual photos of me that he might have had from taking a bunch of photos from that race weekend. From there, he's been in the snowmobile scene since. He's done a lot of footage and content for watercross and water drags in New England. He actually asked his audience where he should film or take photos for one weekend, where he had a couple of different choices, and he ended up choosing a New England cross-country snowmobile race. So I had reached out to him to ask if he had any photos after the race, and the conversation kind of continued from there. So why it matters to have higher quality photos and videos. You can create better sponsored content. Something new for me this past season was collaborating with some of my sponsors on reels. I created one with CA Pro skis. I didn't want to just use regular GoPro footage or trackside iPhone footage. So I had asked both Andy and Joe to take some high quality video at this race and then use this clip, which is from Andy. And it just looks professional, looks better, and I'd rather have this higher quality content set aside for my sponsors. I use a lot of the photos to upgrade my resumes that I send out. When you have really high quality photos with high detailed lettering or graphics or whatever it might be, it just makes the whole proposal, resume, cover letter look so much nicer and professional. When I'm reaching out to new brands or companies, it makes a really good first impression if I don't know anyone at the company or the brand, and shows that I put time, money, and effort into my resumes. Putting the hard work into making a resume or a proposal or cover letter to make it look really nice speaks to you as an individual and how hard you work and the quality of your work. It makes your sport look really good. There's a lot of top level athletes out there that produce really, really good content. You essentially level yourself up to where they are. And the more eyes on your sport and the more your sport looks really good, the better it is for you and the better it is for the sport to grow. You don't need to be a pro level athlete or rider to be deserving of high quality content. If you're passionate and you're out there pushing, you're worthy of great coverage. Some tips to find photographers or videographers. For me, I reached out to photographers who showed up to the races and took photos. They were smart enough, in my opinion, to share a handful of their photos on the New England Cross Country Facebook group that were available for free to use. I know that photographers take a ton of photos at events, so they're bound to have some additional photos of me. So I just simply asked. Photographers are pretty easy to spot out at the track. When the time is right and it seems appropriate, approach them and ask who they are, who they might be taking photos for or of. Maybe ask for a business card or what their social media accounts are for a chance to reach out to them after the race. I haven't done this personally. If I were a photographer, I wouldn't want a racer or a rider that I don't know to come up to me and ask for them to just start taking photos. They probably already have an agenda. Wait for after the race or the event. If you see a really sick video online, go to that person's profile, ask them who, what, where, or when the video was taken, and maybe you can get their contact information. Stars might align where they're in the same area as you, especially if whoever it is that you saw the video of rides the same spots as you. There's a good chance you might be able to get on their list as a client. Simply put, money. It seems too simple, but it is, and that's the beauty of it. Anytime that I ask Andy or Joe to look for photos or go to an event and take photos, they now know that they will get money from me because I have paid them either before they've taken the photos or videos or directly after. I've asked them what their rates are, and they've straight up told me. And I have been willing to pay what I believe it was reasonable pricing from them because the media is worth it to me. Some other things that could help and that we have done on Leach Racing is had our equipment available for them to use. My wife was out vlogging for one race in Portage Lake, Maine, and Joe was trackside, hopped right on the sled with my wife, and they went out and he was able to get different vantage points for photos and videos. What's cool too is Joe got really close with Jackwagon Racing, and they plopped him on a sled at a couple races and gave him the opportunity to race in the trail class. They also gave him a place to stay, and he got awesome photos of the event. If you have extra equipment, dirt bike, side-by-side, four-wheeler, snowmobile, whatever it is, maybe offer it to a photographer to come along with you. Buy them lunch, pay for their gas. There's so many things that you can offer besides just simply paying them cash or on top of it that sweetens the deal. Something additional that I want to share is be easy to work with. Be patient, be kind, ask for pricing first, and or just pay them as soon as you get photos or videos from them. If you're reaching out to someone that you don't know, or even someone you do know, be okay with getting a straight up no. Some photographers are already shooting other races or riders and are incredibly busy and swamped, and taking on more can be overwhelming for them. And if there are any photographers that are listening to this as well, be okay with saying no, especially if you are overwhelmed with your work. Yes, it's good to have more sources of income, but at the same time, don't overwork yourself. So some disclaimers about this. Yes, it's good to have professional level footage, but you don't have to have professional level footage. You're hearing, oh, I paid for this, or oh, I asked someone for that. It's a lot of things that people are uncomfortable with, and that's okay. So I just wanted to give some other pointers that might steer away from all that stuff. iPhone and GoPro footage is perfectly fine, especially if you're looking to just create Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube content, especially on a budget, even a $0 budget. You can still tell your story with decent photos and videos, but just know that there is the opportunity to upgrade your photos and videos by bringing on a professional. Strike out on trying to get someone professional at the track, or no one is there, or no one wants to come to take footage. Rope your family involved or your friends. Hand them your iPhone or your GoPro. If you have the budget but you're still striking out, maybe do some research on finding a decent camera and lens. There's unlimited resources on YouTube, and you can use ChatGPT for help with that. The only downside is it just takes more time to learn a new skill. and it can be costly. Then if all else fails, find a Facebook group of photographers in your area and just drop a message into it. Hey, looking for a photographer who would want to come out into the backcountry with me and shoot some cool sledding footage. If you get crickets, well, keep waiting, keep trying different groups. For me, New England cross country snowmobiling would be a great group to drop a message into. Someone's bound to wanting to earn a little bit of cash if they have a nice camera or even just their iPhone. Or a big group like New England Sled Talk, chances are you're probably going to find someone in there who is a pretty decent photographer and would be willing to come out, especially if you hooked them up with something. So some final thoughts. It's not bad to use GoPro footage or iPhone footage. That's kind of my final say on this. But I have found that I've been able to get more attention, feel really good about the quality of content that I'm sharing, especially for sponsors who rely on me to make their product look good. I found that it really takes me to the next level. And I swear to you, I do not have a big budget. These guys offered unbelievably reasonable pricing. It was within my budget that I had, so it was absolutely worth it. Shout out again to both Andy and Joe, not only phenomenal photographers and videographers, but they're just great people too. All right, what'd you think of this video? Let me know down in the comments if there's anything else that you might want to hear about this topic that I might not have covered. And if you know any videographers or photographers, drop them down in the links, their name, where they're located, what their social media is. A good saying is, give more to get more. This is a great way to do that. Appreciate you all watching, and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll catch you in the next one.